Everyone, Jai Gurudev. I hope you're enjoying Jazz Love Festival in SPN. I'm sure you were dancing yesterday. Today I have selected a verse in the very first canto, chapter 8, verse 34. Varavataranyanye vuvonavaivo daho Sidantya Bodhivarena Jatohi Anmavo Vartiham. Others say that the world, being overburned like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. So in this verse is Kunti praising Lord Krishna in the moment after, do you remember in the Mahabharata war, almost at the end, the daughter-in-law of Arjun is receiving a missile, a weapon, sent by Ashwatthama, the son of Dronacharya. And this missile, this iron arrow, is directed to kill the son that she has in her womb, her embryo. And with this, if this happens, if this weapon reach her, she will die, and the child will die, and it's actually the descendant of the Pandavas and the good people, let's say. So Krishna decides to intervene, and he protects the womb of Uttara. And who is actually in the womb of Uttara is Kim Parikshit. As you know, Kim Parikshit is the one who has been cursed to die in 7 days, and because of that, the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, all the pains, all the stories, all what we are reading every morning, come because he was born. But the amazing thing on this is actually the prayers from his mother, because she was in the moment that she was going to give birth, and then the weapon is coming to kill her child, and she started praying to Krishna, asking for help. And she was not asking help for herself, because actually, moments before in the war, she was, after her husband died, she decided to actually to die also, and to take her life out. So when she decided to die, Krishna came to her and said, "Don't sacrifice yourself yet, because you have a child inside of you that is mean something to the world. The world will need him. So don't kill yourself." So she decides, because of this, not to take her life out of her body, but to stay alive and do this as a service to the humanity. So her child was Kim Parikshit. And in the same way, it's beautiful to see how when we pray or when we help other people, that is not for ourselves, how the divine is always like answering to that prayer. Years back in a retreat in Italy, Guruji says these words: "For sure, you are here now because you have good merit. You are on the spiritual path due to your good merit of the past. But it can happen that somewhere, somebody is praying for you also. It is like giving you a little jackpot in your bank upstairs. You know, from time to time, there is some extra money, extra merit, and small sound, ding, 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 ding. And here, your life gets even beautiful." So all of this that I'm trying to bring across is the importance of praying for other people. when we forget about ourselves and actually in seva, in service, or in prayer, that we don't ask for ourselves and that we ask for someone else. And to see how the divine somehow manifests that. Because as Guruji said, maybe we are here because of merit. But it may happen that actually we are here because someone else was praying for us. And is my case, for example, with my mom, that I didn't know. She was very in love with Guruji, and she recognized Guruji as the highest personality that she will meet in her life. So she was praying to him to help me in that moment of my life that I was needing help as most. I didn't know Guruji back then. I just have heard about him. But then my mother was praying every day to Guruji to help me. And for some reason, I ended up in the ashram. And as you see, Guruji really took care of me. But I'm not the only one. Because yesterday, I was speaking with the mother of another resident, another brahmachari. And she was telling me the same. She said, I don't care about me. But my child, since they are born, I'm just praying to God that He gives them the real freedom. She's in the spiritual path since a long time, but she was just praying for her child. And again, you can see how Guruji answered her prayers for her child to help him. A time ago, in the same line, I was in, like 4 years ago, when I came, I became devotee after a few months, and then I came back to my country. And as you know, when you start the path, many temptations come in the way. So when I came back to my country, it became really, really difficult to actually behave accordingly to what Guruji was expecting of someone that follows him. And so I started, first, at the beginning it was easy, the first weeks, etc. But then I started visiting my friends, we started going to bars, and I was knowing I should not drink alcohol, for example, because I became devoted, this has karma, like Guruji is doing already a lot of effort for me. If I just put dirt inside of myself again, like what's the meaning of all his effort that he's doing? And in the moment that I'm in the bar thinking like, okay, maybe a beer is okay, then suddenly Shashvata calls me in the middle of the prayers, Om Jai Jagadi Chahare, and you know, you are there in the bar and suddenly you are looking at Arati or something, and you say, okay, I should not do it. And what's beautiful to see in that time was like 1.5 months in Argentina. I got to know actually later that a lot of people here, residents, they were praying for me. They were actually praying and helping me, and I didn't know why, but some things were going wrong when I was trying to go off-road of the path. Things went wrong, and then I couldn't go off, you know. And then you know actually that Shashvata was praying, that my friends, other people here were praying, Padma also a lot. And then you think it's your merit, you know. Oh yeah, I'm so great, I survived, no, Maya. But no, normally it's associated with selfless people that they don't think about themselves, and actually they are thinking on someone else. And the purity on that prayer actually helps a lot. And that's maybe why, that's my case, maybe many of us, we came to a God-realized master, to Guruji. Even one day, we were up, it was very late, it was like 4 a.m. in the morning, and I was living in the apartment house, and Guruji, for a while, he was living also in the apartment house in the upper floor, because his house was being renovated. So in the middle of the night, he came down, and I think it was Swami Revati, Jai Gopal there, so he woke us up, and we went out, we made a tea, and we started speaking with Guruji, you know? I was so late, I was in this moment that my mind went off-road with a comment, completely bad. And he's merciful, of course, but he says this, somehow people like this guy, and they pray for him, because otherwise I would got rid of him a time ago. And you never know, you know, when Guruji is doing a joke or not, because maybe it's true. Maybe I made so many mistakes with him, with the past, with just that. Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe it's just the goodwill of people actually helping you in the way. And I think that's the secret behind of seva and prayers, and when you don't do it for yourself, that actually Guruji takes care of you. You just selflessly try to serve, selflessly pray for others, and then he's at your back. Guruji is taking care of every step. Meanwhile, you don't start thinking of yourself and trying to improve, like evolve in the spiritual path, to your glories. Or when you forget about that, and then you just serve and you just pray, somehow he makes sure that everything goes well. And happened something similar in Mauritius, that one person, a girl, I saw them coming into a darshan. In the beach was a huge tent, more or less. Sadly, you gave a speech there. Do you remember in the beach? Mostly in the north. It was a huge tent full of people, but for some reason, these newcomers, I don't know, I saw them and said, okay, they are new for sure, because they were coming with the shoes inside of the darshan hall. And so they leave the shoes outside, and she was kind of pulling her husband to come for receiving darshan. She was much more into it than him, for sure. And the guy was like, she was, yeah, come on, let's go. And they were in front of me. So I saw the full scene. He didn't want anything with this. But she was like, come on, let's do it. Let's give it a chance. So they came in, they went to the queue. They received darshan. And then, of course, I lost them. I didn't pay attention to them anymore. But after 1 month, I got to know about the story of a person that came for darshan, and she was colorblind. And when she received darshan, actually, the full spectrum of colors came back to her. And she was able to see again, not again, because actually since she's very young, she don't even remember how it was to see in colors. I think she was looking like in sepia or kind of black and white sepia. So, she recovers the sight, and she started looking everything in colors again. So life suddenly is colorful. So I tried to contact these people by someone else, and when I saw the picture, I say, oh, it's the couple that I saw coming into the darshan hall. So I wrote to her and said, can we speak? Because I would love to film your experiences with the master. And she said, like, no, I'm not that kind. I don't want to be in front of the camera. But I can tell you my story, and do whatever you want with it. But she came, actually, because her husband is sick. And they tried everything. They went everywhere trying to find someone to help her husband. And it was not possible because they tried everything, alternative, traditional medicine, nothing. At some point, that actually, she didn't even thought that she has a problem. Her full service was for her husband because she wanted him to be okay, to enjoy life. And all what she was doing is trying to help him. That's why he was pulling him to the darshan. And what is so amazing is that actually Guruji cured her. That the gift, she didn't ask anything. She was just praying for her husband. And actually what she wrote is nice, it's sad also, but she said, I am grateful for the gift I received. My worldview has changed completely. I see colors I have never seen, but my mind is still restless because of my husband, because no one knows what happened to him and how to help him. So, I'm sure Guruji will help the husband. Maybe later than sooner, he's already helping. But she don't see that yet. But for her, just forgetting about herself made her receive a gift that she didn't even expect it. And even she's not evaluating it. She's like, okay, cool, I can see everything now, it's amazing, but my husband is sick, so I cannot be happy yet. And this, I think, at least in this short time with Guruji, I think is the secret behind. Really, really, really trying to forget about ourselves, pray for the others, serve others, and then he takes care of what is better for us. Whatever comes to our life is out of his grace, and everything will be okay. Meanwhile, we don't start concerning and getting worried about what is the best for me, and then you mess it up. Because you think you know better what is better for you, and you start asking for stuff, and then you make a mess in your life. But meanwhile, you are just trying to help others, then he makes sure that everything goes well. Jai Gurudev.